Friday. I hope your day is going amazing so far. Good afternoon, Javon. Thanks for being here today. Oh, y'all know how much I love a Friday. Let's start right away. You know what? I'm getting ahead of myself. What the heck? I think really we should probably first step into the goddess realm. You know I'm thirsty when like the first thing I want to do is just social it up. So grab your glass of water, chug a lug, boop. Make sure you hit like when you're done. Oh my goodness, I make myself giggle some days. So, it's Friday. It's a good day. Hi, Nick. Thanks for joining us today. I think that we're just gonna go ahead and do what we do. I apologize that it's so late today. The real thing is I went to bed late, kind of intentionally. It was what it was, but I got out of bed late, so it's been kind of a leisurely morning, but I'm weird in the sense that most people start to relax come Friday, but like on Fridays, for whatever reason, that's when I hit my high point, and then I usually tend to work through the weekend. But then on Monday, I'm like, chill mode. So, y'all caught me at a nice hype moment. Let's make it happen. Thank you, God. Thank you to our angels, our fairies, our goddesses for all the amazing guidance and direction you've been giving us, the clarity and understanding. We ask that you continue to guide and direct our messages, make them clear and concise so everyone knows how to apply them to their own particular lives. We ask that anyone who hears this message be blessed by it and all these many wonderful things. We ask in unconditional love. Amen. All right, so let's dive in. Hey, Takara. Let's dive in. Let's dive in. Where is our Friday message coming from? I feel like we're going to talk to our goddesses. We might talk to our divine circus, I'm thinking. We haven't really hung out with them for a little bit, right? I was just working with them earlier today, and I'm like, oh yeah, I forget how warm and fuzzy you make me feel after. Clarity, understanding, support, you know, all that good jazz. Thank you, goddesses. What is it you have for us today? What is it? Ooh, hello. Those two. Okay, one more. Got it. Boom. Wow. I think we are going to get a couple more, but we're going to hold off on those. So let's see what we have. Okie dokie. Thank you, Nick. You know, this is like, I'm going to be honest, this is my gym hat. So this is, anytime you see this, this is called Sharita's Too Lazy to Do Her Hair. Or it's, I won't say too lazy, but it's just in disarray at the moment. So, the first card that we have, you guys, I love, love, love this reading that we're getting so far. We have Rhiannon. And I think this is like the second time we've had her this week. A sorceress. You're a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. You are a magical person who can manifest his or her clear intentions into reality. You know, guys, this is a reminder that, and I honestly was having this talk with myself earlier. We are creating at all times. We are always manifesting, right? But the problem is that a lot of times, most of us are so haphazard with our intentions. We're not paying attention to what it is that we're doing within our thoughts. We're not paying attention to that mindless chatter, that we're manifesting things that we don't necessarily want or that don't align with our highest good. So the main thing I want you to remember here is that, again, you are always creating, you are always manifesting, but in particular, you can manifest your clear intentions into reality. So get clear about what it is that you want, right? And the big message that we've been getting a lot this week in particular is not so much to pay attention to the how. Let go of the how. Just focus on the what and why is it that you want that? You know, because sometimes we want things and then we get a little discouraged or we get sidetracked. We get, what's the word I'm looking for? We get distracted. And so when we can remember why we want that, it's like, oh yeah, okay, now I can start to dig deep for that inner motivation. But stay focused. But first, before you can focus, you got to know what the heck it is that you're trying to focus on, right? Right. All right. Now, y'all know how much I love this card. Lakshmi, bright future. Stop worrying. Everything is going to be fine. Stop worrying. Everything is going to be fine. Hey, Carly. Welcome this Friday afternoon. So, what do we always notice with Lakshmi? In particular, we notice her hands. We notice her heart chakra. We notice the abundance, the elephants, the water just being poured out on her. And we also notice the sun behind her head, kind of like demonstrating the rise in consciousness. All right? Stop worrying. Everything's going to be fine. Again, you're a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. Clear intentions into reality. So, when you're focused on your clear heart-based intentions, you don't have to worry about the how. Just start knowing, start expecting, start operating out of knowing that everything is going to be fine. And then look who we have again. Look who we have again. She's been popping up quite a bit lately. Freya, bold, unleash your adventurous side, take risks and be daring. Unleash your adventurous side, take risks and be daring. And really, I think what for some is these risks, these being daring, is going to be letting yourself be free. Meaning, you're going to set those intentions out there. And you're going to focus your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions. You're going to be free, surrender to the how. You're going to be bold and put it out there. And you're going to find that as you stop worrying, as you just start following your heart, as you start doing what you're supposed to be doing. Hey, Angie, you're going to find that, oh my gosh, my clear intentions are coming true. They're coming into my physical reality. So really, it's a 3-step process, right? Get abundantly clear about what it is that you want. Let go of the worry. Get focused in your heart. Let go of the worry. Understand that what you're creating in your spiritual realm, because you're a magical person, is going to manifest in your physical realm. And knowing that, not worried about the how, we start to move forward and be bold in what it is. Acting from the standpoint, again, how many times have we talked about this? Acting from the standpoint of already being inside the kingdom gates, the honored guest, the VIP. I'm already inside the party. I'm not on the outside waiting to get in. So now that we know that we're already on the inside, we're going to be bold and take action and then start to see these things manifest in our physical world. So I think what we are going to do is we are going to also talk to our spirit, our earth magic, excuse me, our earth magic deck, and see what clarifying messages or if there's anything additional there. And I think we'll get one from our divine circus as well. Oh, hold on. Have to ground myself. Thank you, Earth Magic. What is it that we need to know? Hello. Okay. Okay, I think that's it. What a beautiful card. And I love this. Lotus flower. Unfoldment. Oh, let me make sure you can see it. Sorry. Lotus flower. Unfoldment. Unfoldment. I love this card. This is beautiful. Give me just a hot second. Trying to find it. All right, unfoldment. The lotus flower sits upon one of its leaves, having risen to the surface as the sun, held in the hand of God, invites it upward to the light. This unique plant is rooted in the mud and muck at the body of water. Excuse me. This unique plant is rooted in the mud and muck at the bottom of the body of water. its stem reaching up to the surface where its leaves rest quietly. At night, the flower closes and sinks below the surface, only to rise with daylight and once again gradually unfold its petals, its stem extending above the waterline 3 feet or more. What we learn from this amazing plant is how our own spiritual path unfolds and opens up to the light. Then at times gently folds in on itself for proper rest when the daylight fades. This period is just as necessary as the growth, for it allows the plant to integrate what it has gained in nourishment during the day. It's also just as important that it is rooted, and is yet another miracle of nature that something so exquisitely beautiful is formed from the mud and the silt at the water's bottom. Your spiritual unfoldment is occurring at times whether or not you are aware of it. It is inevitable as long as you put your trust in the hands of the Creator, the one that holds the light. Like the lotus, your soul is always searching for the light to fulfill its karmic destiny. But even in that process, there are periods of darkness and times to rest. It is a natural cycle, one that cannot truly be coerced or halted. It has an innate rhythm of its own, one that is unique to the being that is you. You do not need to strive or be driven by your spiritual ambition. It does no good to try to force growth upon yourself or others, for that matter. Allowing. Wow. How many times this week have we heard the word allow? Allowing is the key here. Allow the place in you that naturally wants to fold the light allow the place in you that naturally wants to follow the light to do so, while recognizing that even when you have complete faith, you will face challenges and occasionally suffering. Your steady faith and love will guide you on your journey of returning to the light. How freaking amazing is that? How amazing is that, guys? So really, this is interesting. I think that this is really twofold, coming from coming right after our goddess cards. And really, hold on, I'm being kind of directed to just sit tight for a minute. Don't go much further on that. We're going to talk to our divine circus and see what's going on. Hey, Kenny. We are going to talk to our divine circus and see what is going on. I feel like they might have a clarifying card for us today, this Friday. Holy cow. Okay, hold on. That was my fault because I threw that in there. Wrong. Oh, man. I didn't pull. Okay, sorry. I was actually working with this deck earlier, and I did not properly put the cards back in. I'm like, why are all these the same? Well, duh. All right. Thank you, Divine Circus. Okay. Yep. All right. And it goes a little something like this. All right. Circus of Love. I love these cards. Are these just not the prettiest? The cards that kind of make you go, what is that going to be about? There, guys. Is that a little easier to see, I hope? Love in all its forms is the ultimate prize in the game of life. But you've got to be in it to win it. Forget excuses and open your heart to love, to life, to luck, to laughter, for the circus of love is rolling in your town, in your soul town, and it's time for you to be swept off your feet. Love has so many ways to touch your soul and to heal your heart. Love is the power that moves us beyond our individual concerns or doubts, sweeping us into the divine field of energy that feels amazing. Love wants to flow through you, to create through you, to express itself through you. You are a love child of the divine, and the love is at the core of your being. Sometimes you feel very close to this love, swimming in it, or like it is a fountain gurgling up from inside. At other times, you feel as though you cannot quite remember what it is to feel loving, to be loved. Then it's time to stop looking for love in all the wrong places and turn within to find it. Hold on. I just want to do something really quick here. Angie says, oh, goodness. I already know where you're thinking, Angie. Let's see. From the kindness, sweetness, affection, and warmth within your own heart, you will find great reserves of energy, creative confidence, and bold trust to open your heart to love, to life, to your own unfolding of life journey. So do not turn away from where your heart wants and needs to go. Let your mind relax. It doesn't need to understand everything or be in control of the process of falling in love with life, with a person, with yourself, with your purpose. In fact, if you are to truly fall in love, then your mind will not feel in control at all. The heart has its own wisdom and special type of feeling intelligence. It knows how to be swept away. It understands the difference between unhealthy obsession, which prevents you from resolving the underlying issue of pain, and healthy, passionate, fierce devotion to that which sets your soul on fire. Love has its own wild ways, and they are brilliant and instinctive in the way the mind cannot always grasp. So trust what your heart loves, what moves your heart, what makes it beat faster and love more. Then you will find that all sorts of strange wonderfulness, creative chaos, or bold color emerge from within and dance around you. Your life may begin to feel like a circus, but what could be better? What could be a better circus than a circus of love? If you have been struggling in matters of the heart, the circus of love indicates that a heart healing is happening, and your experience of love is about to become more vibrant, exciting, and playful, and perhaps even somewhat unconventional or unusual. It also indicates that a love affair with a person, place, or thing is about to begin or deepen. It's time to let yourself be swept off your feet and to lose your head to love. Now, this is kind of cool, guys, because earlier in this week, did we not get a card specifically talking about the waterfall, right? And as we allow ourselves to just be, as we allow ourselves to actually flow through the water, to tumble over the water's edge or the cliff's edge, that we actually find ourselves landing in a cool, calm pool of creativity, of creation. So really, again, and how many times over the last 2 weeks have we gotten cards regarding, even just yesterday, love life, romantic love life, Guinevere talking about our love life, and what have we been saying? A lot of this is falling in love with yourself and falling in love back with a career or with an idea or of who you are. And as you fall deeper in love with yourself, it allows you to open up and experience greater love with and through others. Wow, wow, wow. Angie says, I seriously hesitated tuning in, but knew if I did, I would hear what I needed to. Got pulled on. Well, I'm glad you came. I know what you mean, girl. I know what you mean. Some days it's like, oh, well, okay, why not? And then you're like, oh my God, I'm so glad I didn't miss that. All right. And the other card we got from our Divine Circus is the Dark Harlequin. The Dark Harlequin. I love this. Hey, Eli. So glad you're here this afternoon. The Dark Harlequin says, bells are ringing from deep inside. Something that once had to hide is seeking your attention. It wants out. It wants to be free. As you release what was once shut away, your discomfort shall turn to glee. So I just want to throw this up here real quick. Angie says, while tuned in last time my circus started. Nice. That is true, huh? Now that you say that. All right. So, you are a spiritual adventurer. You are not afraid to go to the edge of what you know. Wow. Of who you have believed yourself to be. Even when before you, there lies the darkness of the unknown worlds, of undiscovered parts of you. Even when you feel uncertainty, discomfort, or doubt, you are still willing, even if quaking in your bones, to figure out what it's all about. This fine and fierce attitude gives you a special kind of grace, the grace to discover that you are living, wild, divinely free, and empowered force to be reckoned with in this world. That discovery sets you free from fear and unleashes you upon a path of the loving wild creation and joyful abandon. Hold on, guys. I just want to do a little something something here so we don't forget what we've been talking about. Sorry, hopefully that's, you can see that all right. Okay. So you have come to a place in you and in your life where you don't know. You don't know what's happening. You don't know how to work through it. You don't know who you are. Well, not all of who you are. You don't know what you don't know. You are at a point of not knowing because you are growing. There will be surprises. There will be discoveries. You will feel awkward at times, like you're trying to see in the dark. You'll wonder if you're supposed to be confused, if you're supposed to feel like you aren't sure who you are anymore, or even if the things that once made sense in your life are supposed to seem fragile, as though life, once thought rock solid, actually turns out to be a house of cards. The answer, of course, is yes. Yes, it is a royally divine mess. Don't be afraid to let there be some inner rattling and rampaging. The Dark Harlequin card comes to you at a time when you are naturally diving into the darkness for a healing purpose. Everything we've been talking about this week. So ask the difficult questions. Do things you wouldn't normally do. Ask the difficult questions. Do things you wouldn't normally do. Experiment with thinking in ways you wouldn't normally think. Be willing to let everything change for the better by first letting go of how things are now. The messier your inner world seems to be right now, the more you can expect complete and utter transformation as a new order comes into form. Expect the unexpected, for you were born to grow into what is happening now. It's time to let the wild thing within out. Now, guys, this is kind of blowing me. This is really kind of blowing me because several months ago, we got a Freya card, and Freya, it was out of our Crystal Mandala deck, and it was Untamed Wild, and the crystal in particular was Amber, and it was all about letting your untamed, divine, wild nature free, right? And really what I'm loving about this is as we open ourselves up to this circus of love, remembering that our electromagnetic field is powered by our hearts, remember? So as our hearts become open and full of unconditional love, we begin to move throughout the world with unconditional love. And it makes it us able to be more bold. Things get a little topsy-turvy, but it's okay. It doesn't have to make sense. Because we know that as we stay focused on our clear intentions, that we bring them into our physical world. And Lakshmi is reminding us. Look, and we just talked about this too, to get in our heart, and when we're in our heart, to not worry, to know that everything's going to be fine, that we have a bright future ahead of us. And again, I love this card in particular, the unfoldment, the Lotus card, because it's a reminder to us that there are ebbs and flows to our essence, to our lives, to our understanding, to our spirituality. There are times when we are flowing freely and things are just coming at us. But then there are times when the lotus, when the sun goes down, where it closes up and it goes back in. Not because it's hiding and it's afraid of the dark, but because it's taking in all the nutrient. It's processing, it's making sense of it. It's putting it where it needs to go so that it can come back and get even more, get even stronger, get even bigger, take in more. So again, as we stay heart focused, as we get within our hearts, things get a little funky from time to time, especially what's going on in the quote unquote cosmos right now. A lot of people are having things come up. And remember, these things, not to get excited, or not necessarily excited, but not to get caught up in the how. How is this supposed to happen? But to refocus on the what. What is it that you're actually truly passionate about? Why is it that you're passionate about this? Because it gives us an opportunity when these things come up to squash them. Oh, you know what? Like we talked about earlier in the week, I've been operating out of fear. I've been operating out of lack. You know, I had a realization earlier today where I have been kind of limiting myself in my thinking. where I started thinking, I'm like, Sharita, all of your income doesn't have to come, or all of your financial support doesn't have to come through your income. So what I mean by that is, it is not at all uncommon. This has happened to me in the past where I got a check in the mail, and it was like, you were a part of some lawsuit, some class action suit that I didn't even know that I was a part of, and I got a refund check in the mail. So does that make sense, guys? Give me a couple of thumbs up if that makes sense. What I'm getting at is, sometimes we limit ourselves, or we close ourselves off to all the grandeur, to all the excitement, to all the opportunity that the universe has for us. To say, I have to support myself, and it can only be this way, and it's got to be through this job, and it has to happen like that. Well, then I lose sight of why I was doing that job in the first place. Why I was here on earth walking that life purpose, because I'm caught up in the how. So really, the big thing that I'm getting from today's message is to get in our hearts, to do that heart work that a lot of you are feeling so topsy-turvy right now, because your heart is opening up to new things. You're opening up to new ideas, to new ways of understanding. And again, how many times recently have we gotten out of our fairy deck? The debt has been lifted, and it said not only the debt, but the habit of debt. The habit meaning the ways of thinking. We're in a position where you're thinking differently, and it's new. And sometimes it sounds a little cuckoo when somebody says, I have X, Y, and Z bills, so I can only do blah, blah, and blah. And you're going, I am trusting and following my divinely guided intuition, and I'm believing and knowing that this is going to be provided and taken care of. And they're going, okay, you're crazy. What do you mean you're going to invest in this when you're supposed to be doing that? Common sense says, but unfortunately, most people's common sense, I hate to say this, is rooted in fear. It's rooted in darkness. It's rooted in lack, right? So the biggest thing, guys, is we're being reminded, once we're clear on our intentions. Rihanna told us, you are a sorceress. You are a magical person who can manifest your clear, crystal clear intentions into reality. So once we get crystal clear about our intentions, Lakshmi reminded us, don't worry about it. Get crystal clear, focus on the what it is that you're supposed to be doing. And when you get a little shaky, remember why it is that you're doing that, why you're walking in your life purpose. But don't worry about anything else. Everything's going to be just fine. Abundance, abundance, abundance. Freya told us, get bold. Don't hide who you are. Don't hide what it is that you're supposed to be doing. You set your clear intentions. You're letting go of worry. You're letting go of lack. You're letting go of fear. And now you're going to unleash your adventurous side and take action. Be daring. Take action and be daring, right? Circus of Love reminds us again, once you get inside your heart is expanding. You're opening up to new things. As you're being bold and taking action, you're allowing yourself to open up. This is that time of receiving the nutrients, right, from the sun. In this case, in our hearts, you're opening up. Allow it to flow within you. And our dark harlequin says, oh yeah, I know it's going a lot crazy right now, but it's okay. Surrender to it. Remember that card we got, I think, on Monday about the waterfall? Trusting and allowing yourself. Knowing that you're being divinely led. And as you persist, as the water persists throughout that creek, throughout that waterbed, it carves nature into where it needs to go, into where it wants to go, into its natural flow. But we must be persistent. Oh my goodness. Yay, just yay, just yay. Let's see. Do we have any other messages today? Only thing I'm hearing is be persistent, get clear. And again, for some of you, a lot of you, that's going to be getting near water. Allowing things to flow, getting in nature, reconnecting, grounding yourself, doing intentional things to reconnect yourself, to remain connected. I don't even want to say reconnect, but to strengthen your connection. Because again, we're connected to the divine at all times. We are divinely led and guided at all times. But it's a matter of what we're tuning into, right? Get in your heart. Get in your heart. Your heart is a big door opener for everything above it. Does that make sense, y'all? When we can open our heart, think of your heart chakra as when it opens, it allows things to not only flow up, but to flow down and in all directions. Unconditional love. All right, I think that's it for the day. Grab your water. You know the deal. Let's social it up one more time. Hit like when you're done. God bless Fridays. I love you lots. Hey, y'all. By the way, I'm going to, I posted a link here. So if you want to request your free goddess reading, please go ahead and do so. Use the link in the description. Otherwise, for those of you who are looking for something a little more in depth, if you have some things that you're working on your, or illuminating your shadow self, doing some of that hidden work within, discovering your hidden blockages and move forward, please don't hesitate to visit me at iamgoddesslife.com. iamgoddesslife.com, and under the menu you'll see coaching. And also, by the way, you can get feel free to schedule a free one-on-one coaching session with me, a discovery session. So you can do that again at iamgoddesslife.com. I love you lots. Happy Friday. Have an amazing day, y'all. Take care. I'm hyped now. Like I told you, Fridays are my ramp up days, so now I'm ready to go make it happen. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.